Do you want to play a PC port of a mobile port of a collection of PC and console games? We've had this conversation before. Last year, I showed you how to play PUBG Mobile on PC, which was a great free way to play PUBG, and honestly, that version of PUBG had a lot going for it that the main PC version really didn't at the time. Well, today I'm going to show you how to play Call of Duty Mobile on PC, also using Tencent's official emulator. Now, if you already watched that video last year, you probably already know how to play the game and you're good to go, but today I'm going to show you how to set it up, customize your key maps, customize some of the settings, look at some graphic settings, not all of which work, and get a little gameplay in at 4K 60, because it doesn't support 120 Hz, so my CRT action is not as enlightening as I expected. After a word from this video's sponsor.
The Mod Mic Wireless can boldly go where no mic has gone before. This microphone can attach to any headphones, requires no additional wires, features very low latency, a dual capsule microphone, 12-hour battery life, and LED indicators on the receiver so you know when you're muted and or when the battery is running low. And you can basically run your entire house without ever losing a signal. What more could you ask for? Learn more by clicking the link in the video description.
Alright, thankfully this is fairly easy and fairly straightforward. Head to the link in the video description. This is to Tencent's official website. They are the developers of this mobile port as well as PUBG Mobile, a lot of games, as you can see here. And download their new emulator app called Gameloop. It used to be called Tencent Gaming Buddy, and they still sort of call it Tencent Gaming Buddy, but now it's Tencent Gameloop, which is a more reasonable, description. And then there's a download button for PC. This is only supported on Windows, just so you know, and they do have recommended laptops and things like that for playing it. I do, of course, recommend the Asus ROG Phone 2 if you're looking for a phone choice. But that's fine. Go ahead and hit download. It will check for the update and give you the download as I already have here. So I'm going to go ahead and launch. Approve any UAC prompts that pop up. Go ahead and tell it customize so you can choose where it installs. I'm going to change that location. Actually, C is fine. It should not take up that much space, but you can choose that there. Tell it to go ahead and install. They have a new AOW engine for Android 7.1, which is not a very new version of Android, but that's what they're rolling with. They do have a new, game engine for running their emulator. It honestly should not take that much time at all. Go ahead and hit start. And you can see here we now have Tencent Gameloop. You can see here it's installing the AOW turbo engine. It needs to finish that first before you can actually download any games. This is basically the back-end game engine that it will be running your games on. So go ahead and let that do its thing. All right, now go ahead and go to the hamburger menu, click on settings. You can choose whether this runs at startup. Definitely uncheck that. Whether you can voice chat. I don't know what Google installer means at the moment, but that's fine. Go to engine. This is what you want. Now you can manually choose which version for the rendering to go. I'm leaving it on smart mode for now. You can enable render cache. This will allow it to render build up a cache of the textures in the map and things like that. So when you start playing the game, it doesn't get super choppy. Prioritize dedicated GPU if you're on a system with dual GPUs, for example, a laptop that has Intel integrated graphics or AMD integrated graphics and a discrete graphics card from AMD or NVIDIA. You want to prioritize your discrete GPU, general rendering optimization, and then you can choose your actual resolution. And you can go to the drop down to actually choose manually because it detects that my main monitor is actually a CRT. It's very low resolution. So you can come in here and choose your resolution. I'm going to leave it on default for the moment, but that is how you customize it with the 3 dots. You can actually change your playback and recording sound device. So your chat mic, your system sound, your game sound, things like that. That is pretty cool. You can choose your anti-aliasing. I'm on a pretty powerful graphics card, so I'm going to kick that all the way up to ultimate. You can choose how much memory it uses. I'm going to choose 4 gigs because I'm on a RTX 2080 on this machine, which has 8 gigs, so plenty to work with there, and processing cores or threads that it uses. I'm going to go ahead and tell it 8 because I'm on a 9900K. Now, generally speaking, I would recommend enabling DirectX Plus if you have a powerful processor and graphics card, but I'm going to leave it on smart mode for now just to see what it runs with. Click on save, and then it will apply next time you relaunch. So I'm going to go ahead and close it, kill it from the system tray, and then relaunch it. You can also view their own little, these are mainly for overseas stuff, but if you're in the States, that is. But they do have their own live streaming service for this, which is kind of cool. And they have 2 different ones you can view. You have your game center, your actual installed games, and then you can log in with a Tencent account if you want. You can also add a credit card up here if you're paying for microtransactions. Went ahead and logged in with my Google account, so it should hopefully sync up, you know, the games that I have logged in with here. And it did automatically show under my games Call of Duty. So hopefully that means that it knows that it's here. But this is also how you would install, like I showed last year, PUBG Mobile. They have a lot of different mobile games you could actually play on here. Modern Ops looking like a Call of Duty ripoff. They did a lot of like ripoffs or like clones of fairly popular games until they got the licenses to actually make those games. Like that is definitely an Assassin's Creed style looking thing. They have a Dragon Ball Z game apparently. I'll have to check more of these out. Let me know if you'd like to see more coverage of that in the future. But just to get to the point, Call of Duty is the new hot one. Click on it, go to install, let it do its thing. It's going to require a little bit. If you get stuck, you get stalls, restart your computer and then relaunch the app and try again. All right, it has finished downloading and now it's doing the initial launch and like putting the game together. So this is more what the game window might look like. It's installing the actual game now. And you'll notice here along the sidebar, you do have some more options. So you have keyboard mapping, you have shaking your device, full screen mode, multi-window mode for like pulling up other applications, taking screenshots, taking video recordings, and you can see here what the default controls are. A lot of the questions I had on my first video were, what were the default controls? How do you remap it? They've made that a lot easier now. And you can see here it has a full list of on-screen prompts because they already know what the game is going to be set up for. And you can map all of this to your keyboard and mouse, which is really freaking cool. I'm going to go ahead and close that for now. Once again, in the hamburger menu, you have a different group of options. Clean cache, in case the maps are rendering kind of glitchy or something, you can kind of start it over. Repair SD, again, if you're running into the virtualized storage issues. Show frame rate, we're going to turn that on. That's not actually doing anything yet. We may need to go into the actual game. And then if you pulled up settings again, now you have a new tab in settings for game, and you actually have your gaming resolution. I'm going to go ahead and enable 1080p or higher. I don't know why it won't let me run Ultra HD 2K because it says that you need a GTX 1060 or higher. I'm on a 2080. I'm going to kick this up to HD. Save. I may need to relaunch for it to actually detect everything after I've, you know, installed the game. Here it gets you familiar with the controls. Go ahead and accept the terms of use. Go ahead and sign in so you can sync your progress across your mobile device. All right, and now we're in the game, and I am actually synced up with my progress that I had on my phone literally just a moment ago. You can, of course, come into your game settings as well and change the graphics settings and things like that. I'm going to set everything to max. Again, I'm on a high-end PC, but you can customize it to your own PC's specs and things like that. Of course, if you're on a high-end gaming PC, turn up graphics quality, turn up frame rate. I'm going to turn on depth of field for fun, turn on anti-aliasing, turn on ragdolling, and again, you will have to relaunch a little bit for this. As far as in the BR mode graphics style, this is very similar to how they handle PUBG Mobile. I'm going to set it to dynamic. It's what I like. And you can adjust the screen. It's only unavailable if you're on a higher than 16:9 screen. That's fine. You can customize your mouse sensitivity. That is actually important. I will have to be in the game to actually figure that out, though. BR customization, which is separate from normal, and then other related game options. So now I'm going to go ahead and actually close this. And I'm going to, yes. And I'm going to relaunch Gameloop so that we can try to customize the other settings real quick. For some reason, I do not have the option still to enable the higher resolution. It may be because my default monitor is set to a low resolution, but it should be detecting based on graphics card. And I got a good enough graphics card. So that's really strange. And boy, is that actually using up the RAM that it was asking for. Holy cow. All right, let's get a match going super quick. And yeah. As you can see in the prompt, if you press Control, you can lock and unlock your mouse cursor to the emulator, which is helpful in multi-monitor setups and things like that. It is having trouble getting me in a game, and I don't know exactly why. I do believe the matchmaking is set up to specifically only pair you with emulator people if you're on an emulator. Holy crap, that's way too sensitive. I set it to like 15, and I'm like, we lost the lead. 15 there. Let's see how that is. That's still a little too sensitive, but it's fine. I am disappointed to see the max frame rate seems to be 60 FPS, because that means that even for gaming phones that have higher refresh rate displays, there's some sort of auto aim going on here that's preventing me from shooting people. Look at that. What the hell? I will say this looks like I'm playing Call of Duty 4 basically. Like, it looks really nice blown up on PC like this. Do need to figure out what's going on with that aiming though. Control, I'm gonna put on advanced mode. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, this looks like I'm playing like a really nice quality copy of Call of Duty 4. That's genuinely impressive. Okay, it's still doing... I don't understand this weird aim assist thing.
Okay, I actually later found out that there are separate aim sensitivities. You probably noticed it when I covered the settings, but there are separate aim sensitivities both for aiming down sight, for normal movement, and while you're firing. And so when I started firing, my sensitivity jumped up to the default, and that's why my aim was going all over the place. I did notice more stability when I disabled multi-monitor, but that was the main fix I was looking for, as well as disabling aim assist in the main setting menu. That seemed to help me out a lot.
Oh, I think it's clicking, even though, you know, it keeps showing at the top, press control to lock and unlock mouse. I think I'm still clicking out of the window, and it's just letting me, which is why my mouse cursor keeps getting all jacked up. So this definitely will run best if you don't have dual monitors enabled. Alright, so E is use my operator ability flamethrower. I'm gonna wait till I find some people real quick. Should be right over here, yep. Oh, do not shoot me. Mistakes were made. I got in their spawn. It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead and use our UAV. And we'll throw a drone there. Haha. Easy. Yeah, I would definitely find a way to like lock your monitors a bit, because my aiming's getting totally screwed up because it keeps clicking out of my out of the game. But I'm also running this not on my main monitor. So that's part of the problem. Yeah, like even if I just barely move my mouse, it's like getting hooked out of the window. Really weird. So I look like I've never played a shooter before. Which is amusing if nothing else. It's funny, on mobile, because of how like fast-paced I feel controlling on the screen, I was preferring the SMG. But on here, I actually prefer the M4. Ah, the spawns aren't flipping like they were on mobile. All right, we're going to use our Hellstorm. Well, I couldn't control it. My mouse got unlocked. God dang it. This was not... I don't feel like this was a problem. Come on, mouse. I don't feel like this was a problem in PUBG Mobile. Maybe it is because I'm running it not on my main monitor. Double kill! I'm like doing really well, all things considered. And again, it should just be matching you with only PC emulator players, and that is an advantage of using their official emulator, is that if there's any way for them to actually only match you against emulator players, this would be it, because they have direct integration and detection. All right, GG's.
Yeah, so that's it. It's pretty much that simple, that easy. Yeah, Tencent is doing great work for releasing the emulator publicly, because, I mean, honestly, perhaps you're just wanting a free way to play Call of Duty, because there isn't really one. or you're just wanting to play on your phone, because it's a lot of fun to play on your phone. But if you don't have triggers to shoot, it can be a little annoying, or maybe you don't have a phone that's good enough, and maybe you're just wanting to play the game all the people are playing, but use a mouse and keyboard and controls that you're more comfortable with. Ain't no shame in that. That's basically why PUBG Mobile was so popular. So go check it out, download it, link in the description. As always, hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe for more tech education. I'm EposFox. Go subscribe on Floatplane if you want early access to videos and behind the scenes content. I'll let you get out of here. Enjoy playing Call of Duty. I'm gonna get back to my Halo Reach multiplayer Xbox One 4K 60 FPS flighting.